Let's do that. Let's go over the Kappa creators on Twitch. If you guys want to see all the amazing Kappas that are here, I'm going to post a link. Kappa. Kappa. Create a Kappa Kappa. Alright, create a Kappa. Okay, we're going to talk about Hagrid Mona's work. We're going to talk about Technotron. Technotron is also a broadcaster here on Twitch. Please give him a follow. Awesome dude. Alright, so oh no, wait, we're doing Hagrid Mona first. We're doing Hagrid Mona. Don't get... Oh, and I miss Raw Rachel. Raw Rachel, can you do me a favor and retweet it? Can you retweet it for me, Raw Rachel? At Monkey on Strike. Alright, we're going Hagrid Mona, Technotron, and then Raw Rachel. So this is photography. This is photography here. Wonderful shot. I love that. The first thing that I see, that I immediately see, is that focus. You have that focus on your character. You have the focus on the figure here, which is very important. You have this area here is out of focus, and it gives it that really nice tilt shift quality. Quality settings. Oh no, did we lose it again? Maybe one, thank you so much for being here, you incredible meatball made of Stardust. I hope you have a good day. Guys, I think we're gonna have to do a dance break until we get everyone back here. Spam Kappas when you can hear me. Spam the Kappa. Spam the Kappa if you can hear me. Not if you can't hear me. Stream is fine! Spam those Kappas. I need to make sure you guys are still here. You guys are still awake. Spam that Kappa. Alright, we got some Kappa spam in here. Thank you guys for participating in all of these experiments. Foiter, I did that. I've done that. I have done that. Clapping Kappas. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for being here, you incredible Stardust meatballs. We're gonna get back in. Alright, we're going back into the computer, you guys. We're going back into the computer. Here we are. Here we are with Kappa. It needs to happen again. We might do it again. We might do it again. Oh, Paper Picasso, thank you so much for that host. Everyone click on Paper Picasso. He's a great broadcaster here on Twitch working with paper crafting. He does words in papercraft. Really cool process to watch. Check him out. All right, Hagrid Mona, we're going to talk about your piece again. Sweet transition, breh. Thank you, Boosh. Thank you. So the thing that I really wanted to talk about was that tilt shift effect. You have this part out of focus, which really brings your eye right into that character, and then your eye is able to kind of move around the piece. I really like that you have the areas out of focus around the figure. It gives you a really nice sense of depth. Hello, Dope Chicken. How you doing? Where did Kappa come from? Starlight Spirit missed it. Everyone's just spamming Kappa for no reason. Alright. And Digglebowski and all of you amazing guys out there, Paper Picasso, X Ashler X, all of you broadcasters, please tweet me your work at Monkey on Strike. We still have about 43 minutes here left. 53 minutes here, so please tweet me your work. We're going to talk about it. Great job, Hagrid Mona. I love the landscape in the back that you captured. I love that it's not the central focus. You really keep that central focus on the main character. Really like it. Really, really like it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to look at Technotron and then Raw Rachel. Technotron and then Raw Rachel. Okay, guys, so check it out. This is all of the Kappa, you guys. Click on that link. Take a look at all of the Kappa. We're going to go down to Technotron. We're going down to Technotron. There's Digglebowski. Digglebowski's in the chat, hanging out. We could talk about your work. Alien Ton X is in the chat, hanging out. Beth Freeman, amazing work. Hagrid Mona showed us some awesome photography just now. Awesome artist. Gare, Technoxic, Fancy Schmancy, Undead Army Gamer. I'm not sure if he's here. He was hanging out earlier. Vow's Technotron. We have too many Kappa. Fire Dragon, Poos, incredible. Kitty Power, incredible stuff. Here he is, Technotron. Alright, you guys, we have a very original Kappa here to talk about. This artist is Technotron. Fauter Fancies is incredible. Really dig Fancies. Bush Almighty, I'm working on my Kappa. I'm working on it. Follow Technotron. Alright guys, so please follow Technotron. Technotron does some really cool work. I'm gonna get this off my face. Get this off my face here. Alright, there we go. So he did typographical work here. I watched him work on it live on stream. It was really cool to see his process. I really like all the different textures you get from the overlay of the text. I like that you don't have it as a complete... pardon me. Excuse me. Oh, man. So we have some really awesome textures you have developing from that overlap. I really like that you have areas where you can actually read the Kappa, like down here in the bottom here. You can actually make out the Kappas. It's really cool. I also like that you've taken the whole image and made a giant K out of it, but you've also put the Appa down here on the bottom. It really reads as a single image. Really great stuff here. Really like the graphic quality to it. I like that your line work is very playful in the Kappa itself. You don't have to have that perfect line work. You don't have to have them all the same line weight. It reads really well. Really digging it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're gonna look at Raw Rachel next. Raw Rachel has tweeted me. I've missed her tweet. We're gonna look at it again. Raw Rachel. I think this is yours. Nope, that's Latna's. Paper Picasso. Raw Rachel, what did you submit, Raw Rachel? What did you submit, yeah? Oh, I think I see it. Riley the Lonely. I think that's you. Riley. I think that's you. If it's not you, let me know. Oh, nope. Of course, it's Rachel. Raw Rachel, your name is Rachel. We got you. I got your image here. Thank you, Hagrid Mona. Thank you, Technotron. Thank you guys so much for sharing your work. Please give them a follow. Give Hagrid Mona a follow. I don't think she streams yet, but we're going to get her streaming. Technotron does stream. He streams games as well as art. Rachel. We're going Rachel. Ooh, I already love it. I love the line work. Love the texture. Love the colors. All right. 33EM33, how are you doing, you incredible human made of stardust? Hope you're doing well out there. We're doing Feedback Friday, taking a look at your work. This is Raw Rachel. Raw Rachel, do you stream? Raw Rachel? So first thing that strikes me is how awesome it is and how amazing the painting is. But another thing that strikes me is there's a few things you can do to make it even better just with how you take the picture. One thing you want to do is you want to crop, I think you want to crop that. You see that white line that goes down the left side of that hand? It really kind of flattens it out and kills that effect of the 3D. You have all this really nice line work. You want to emphasize that line work and the brush work in here. Another thing you also want to consider doing is this. Let me see. Effects, tonal control, brightness, contrast. When you take a picture of your work, a lot of the times you're not going to have the right light setup. You're not going to have the best colors from it. So take a moment to address that by adjusting the contrast and the brightness. I don't think we want that totally white. Let me try. Okay, let me see the difference here. That's pretty good. Okay. Why is that one? There it goes. So take a moment to increase the contrast, to really get those colors to pop. In the photo that you submitted, some of the blues are a little muted. All you have to do is just increase the contrast a little bit, increase that brightness. You can also, I don't think I have a histogram on here. No, I don't have a histogram. I'd love to show you guys how to work with the histogram at some point. I'll do a tutorial on how to work with the histogram to understand what I just did. Basically, all the color information is kind of squashed down into the midtones on your painting, and what you want to do is you want to stretch all that information out through the shadows, the highlights, as well as the midtones. So that's what I just did, yeah. This is Corel Painter. Corel Painter 2011 edition. Oh, thank you so much for that follow. Your own Anthrax. Your own Anthrax. You are an Anthrax ball made of stardust. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate that follow and that support. We're talking about Raw Rachel here. Really great stuff. Really, really great stuff. I love the texture that you have going here. I love that you have marks where you can actually see that brush stroke strike the canvas, like here. You can really see that brush stroke strike on top of that finger. You really see that solid line. You've also taken the time in some areas, let me pick a good one, like right here. You've taken that time to blend that color in a little bit. Really, really great stuff. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much for sharing this, you amazing Stardust Meatball. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Really, really dig your stuff. Really great sense of anatomy, sense of movement in there. I love the variation in line work. You have a really nice solid line here where you'll be able to see that transition in the hands. But you also have really subtle line work, like right here in between the thumb and the hand. Really great stuff. Really, really great stuff. All right, we're going up next. Who's up next here? We did Ashley with the amazing Frankenstein. We did maybe one. Let's see here. Oh, we've got Riley. Who is Riley? Riley. And one thing we took into consideration, I'm going to save this one for you. I'm going to save this version. Clone of Rachel. We've just cloned you, Rachel. Nissan Ginter, how you doing, you amazing Stardust Meatball? 33EM, absolutely. Please feel free to tweet it. Please, please, please feel free to tweet it. Okay, so first thing, right off the bat, take some time to do some post-processing. Salmonos, who did I raid? I raided Dat Dude Thomas, if you were wondering. By the way, how you doing? So the first thing that hits me is post-processing again. Take your time to take the image, get it nice and straight, crop that image so that you're focused only on that part of the image that you want to centralize on. We'll do it right like that. Actually, no, we'll do it like this. So you always want to make sure you're focused on the image itself. If you have things like that carpet in the background, it's not going to read as well. Take the time to edit it out, and even if you have to edit some parts of the image out, like I'm about to cut off a little bit of that head, it's okay. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get this rotated. Nope, that's a ruler. Rotate canvas clockwise, counterclockwise I mean. Great, and let's clone it. Awesome. So immediately, just taking a little bit to do some post-processing on this, you're going to have some really great details that the user or the viewer is going to be able to see right away. If you have an image where you have extra stuff like the carpet, the frame even, you're not going to be able to focus directly on that image. And let's see, let's do a little tonal control here. Oops, not tonal control, I mean brightness control here. Brightness, contrast, we're going to increase the brightness and the contrast just a little bit. All right, boom. Let's get into the painting. So that was all post-processing stuff. Always want to think about your work as highlighting the art, focusing on the image. So focus on the image quality. Make sure you have good lighting. Always make sure you have good lighting. Samanos, I stream every day. Midna Star! How you doing, Midna Star? We're doing some awesome, sharing some awesome work here from all of you amazing artists. We're working on Riley. I'm not even sure who Riley is. Please speak up in the chat. We're talking about your work. I hope you're here. Great job on the anatomy. You have that sense of the shoulders going through here. This one might be a little big, but Scorpion might just be really buff. I'm not sure. He might just be really buff. I think where the shoulder would actually be is about right there. That's a totally nitpicky thing you can do on your next piece. And the forearm's also a little large. Those are an anatomy issues you don't have to address on this piece, but there are things that you want to consider. You want to make sure that that shoulder goes across to the other shoulder over here, because you might be able to see some of the other information of the other arm, as well as some of the rib cage in here. Oops. Well, that's fine, whatever. Great stuff. Wonderful, wonderful. If you are in the chat, please feel free to ask any questions. You don't have enough art. There's never enough art. Never enough. All right, we're going to the next one. Yeah. Going on to the next one. And please don't feel like, oh my gosh, X Ashler X, I didn't even talk about the amazing details here in the chain. You are right, X Ashler X. Great job. Look at all those little highlights, all the shadows. You really paid attention to how each link is connecting to each other, and it actually feels like the links are holding together and they're wrapping around that object. Really great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Excellent attention to detail in the leather, in the links here. One thing that does get lost a little bit is this blade. It almost looks a little unfinished. I think what you could do just to fix that, just add a few areas of highlights where it's going to really catch that light. You don't have to do it everywhere. Maybe just a few areas. Let's see how that looks. Samanos, have a good one. You incredible Stardust Meatball. Great work on this. Really, really digging it. Love that sense of gripping that that handle there. We're going on to the next one. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to ask. Paper Picasso. Paper Picasso. Let's talk about Paper Picasso. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. So this is Paper Picasso. He is a streamer on the Twitch. He does paper crafting, as you can tell by his name. He spends a lot of love, a lot of attention to detail. Cardinelli, please feel free to submit works in progress. We still have about 40 minutes here left, so we have plenty of time to talk about your work. Quantum Priest, thank you for being here, you amazing meatball. We are still accepting drawings to critique. I might not get to it today. Please feel free to make a Twitter account. That's the best way to share links with me. I don't allow links in my chat, period. And I was trying to get submissions through private message last time, but Twitter is the most efficient way to send a link to me. Who are we doing here? We're doing Paper Picasso. That's right, Paper Picasso. Excellent stuff here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So the way Paper Picasso works, I think, is he folds his paper into these little, I guess you could call them pixels, and then he takes them and he kind of folds them together so that they create the text that he works with. Really like the attention to detail in every single piece of paper that you use. Really cool stuff. One thing you might want to consider, especially when you're laying them out and taking archival photos, since it's typography, people are going to look at the details, like the spacing. So taking, let me just try to do it real fast. So like the space in between the A and the K is a little less than the rest of it. Since it's typography work, your eye is going to immediately see that. So one thing you might want to do when you're doing, when you're archiving your works is take some consideration into the spacing. I really like how it's presented here on that, I don't think it's your desk. It almost looks like it's in a frame. Let me know, Paper Picasso, if you have any questions. Please, guys, give him a follow. Really cool artist here on Twitch doing some really unique stuff. And yeah, Absinthe, this is his work. He loves doing this, and his patience is not only incredible, it's inspiring. It's also awesome to see his process. He has a very unique process. Thank you so much for sharing, Paper Picasso. Feel free to ask any questions. Any questions here in chat? X Ashla X. I don't seem to have... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, who is this? We've got Brody. Who is Brody? All you guys with different usernames on Twitch. Shinken, how you doing, Shinken? You amazing meatball made of Stardust. By the way, you guys, if I do miss a follower alert, today's a little different, so I'm not thanking all of the followers. Here is a big thank you to all of you guys who followed me today. You guys are all incredible. Incredible Stardust beings. All right, Brody. We're going to pull yours out. Cowabunga. This is done every Friday, Cowabunga. We do it noon Pacific to about 2 o'clock. I might go a little longer today because my arms are feeling good today. My arms are feeling really good today. So I might just go until I have no more arms. All right, who we doing here? We're doing Brody. Who's Brody? I love Rachel a lot. Oh, I just missed a follow. Thank you so much, you amazing Stardust Meatball. In the Mossiverse, we have the power to create anything with our collective amalgamative consciousness. Jonte, thank you so much for that follow. You incredible Stardust Meatball, you. We're doing Brody. So before I even get into the work, I'm going to talk about post-processing again. Always make sure you crop your image. Even if you lose a little information, we're going to lose a little information here. That's fine. We're going to lose a little information on the right. That's fine. Focus on the image. Cowabunga Pizza, you are an incredible meatball made to start us together in the Mossverse. We can do anything with our amalgam of consciousness. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so we're going brightness contrast. We're going to increase the contrast. Get all of that information out there. Highlight your work. All right, now let's clone it. Clone. Boom. All right. So what you can do with a little post-processing, you can take out any of that extra information, like that black line on the right there. Boom. Oh, there is no black line on the right. I'm seeing things. Really great style. I love the expressive eyes. Look at these eyes here. Really, really expressive stuff. Got a lot of detail, like in the mouth. You really get that kind of... It's almost like a Kappa smirk that you have there. Really great stuff. 16 armed, absolutely. If we have time to take a look at it, we'll take a look at it. And thank you, Fouater. You are an incredible meatball mod. I really appreciate you being here. Your attention to detail is really, really amazing. You have all of these, the awesome line work that gives the forms shape. You have that hair, the really nice detail in the hair. You even have that tattoo, which I don't know what that tattoo is. It looks very strange. Love the detail in the cigarette smoke here. One thing with the cigarette smoke is you want to think about. I'll just show you real fast how the smoke is affected by the wind. So just real fast, you're gonna have smoke that kind of comes out like this a little more. Because what it's reading like right now, it's reading like fire. I think that's because it's going straight up. So one thing with your smoke, you can have trails of smoke, and then you can always do little details in here if you want. So when you do something like smoke and ethereal effect, you want to make sure that you get that sense of movement in it. Everyone's like, no one knows what that is. It's obviously a bishop. He's really a big fan of chess. Here, Here, I'll write it in here. It's a bishop. Why am I using my mouse? It's a bishop. Not what you think it is, you guys. You guys. I love that sense of movement you have in the legs. You also have a really nice shadow here. One thing you might want to consider with your shadow down here is cross-hatching. All you'd have to do for cross-hatching is you make that one direction mark, and then you can add other directions on top of it to get a sense of shadow. So here you could just do kind of a little focus right next to the feet, and then have the marks kind of fade out as they go farther and farther away. So think about cross-hatching in the shadows. You're doing some great work. I love Rachel a lot. I love you a lot. Thank you so much for doing this awesome work and sharing with us. All right, X Ashler X, we're going to talk about your work here. Ashler. Let me know if you have any questions. I love Rachel a lot. We're going to move on to the next one. It's a rocket. Yeah, it's a rocket, you guys. It's a rocket, of course. It's a rocket. You guys. You guys. Okay, so we're talking about Ashler. Ashler. Did I not save it? I did not save it. Ash. Yeah, Cowabunga. It has a really nice look to it, like a newspaper comic. How do you improve the tattoo? Well, one thing about a tattoo is this is the shape of the arm. If you draw right on top of the arm, it's going to look really flat. You want to consider what the curvature is going to do to that tattoo. So you want to make sure that the tattoo goes over the surface of the arm. Here, this is going to be kind of difficult. We'll do it like, yeah, like that. So think about the surface, think about making it look 3D as opposed to flattening it and just drawing on top. You want to be informed about what the form is like. Whew. We're going to do a little break here for some water, and I'm going to take a little break here. So everyone, please get some water. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to talk about X Ashler X here in a sec. I'll leave his work up here. Boom, we're going to clone it. Boom, clone it. There's going to be 2 of them. And by the way, the reason I do 2 is I like to draw on one, but have the original right there to show you guys. All right, water break. We're going to take a little break. Kappa time. Kappa. All right, hang on. Let's get some good music in here for the break. We're going to get some good music in here for the break. Don't forget to get up, move around. We are all just meatballs made of stardust, and together, in the Mossiverse, you can do anything. Get up out of those chairs, you guys. Move your bodies. Stretch out. We've been hanging out for over an hour and a half. Stretch. Don't forget to move. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to take like a 2 or 3 minute break here, so if you guys need to get up, go to the bathroom, now is the time. Oh, absolutely, Dino. I encourage people to drink water. Don't drink coffee. Don't drink Monster. Don't drink Gatorade. Drink water. Shinken, you can be a bacon ball made of stardust too. Alright, I'm gonna get some more water. Cheers to all you meatballs. We'll be back in just a moment. Muting. If you guys are new here, I am Moss, Monkey on Strike. We get a little weird here in the Mossiverse sometimes. That's fine. It's okay to be weird. I encourage it. If this is your first time here, please feel free to say hello in the chat. I love giving you guys all that attention you guys deserve. If you followed me today, thank you so much, you amazing Stardust Meatballs. We're taking a little break here, standing up, moving our bodies, drinking some water. Don't forget, you're a meatball made of stardust, and in the Mossiverse, you have the power to create anything with your consciousness, your imagination. And it's okay to be a little weird. Thank you so much for that follow, The Prodigy. In honor of The Prodigy, we're gonna get a little weirder. Leshu, thank you so much for being here. Oh no, the beat's gonna drop. Thank you so much, Mike Star. You are an incredible meatball made of stardust, and in the Mossiverse, we can create anything. Let's get some spam in the chat, you guys. If you guys spam creeper emotes, something amazing will happen. Spam those creeper emotes. Let's see if you guys can unlock the creeper. There's one. There's the beginning. Can you spam that creeper? There's two. There's three. There's four! There's five! We need, like, so many more to unlock that creeper. There they are. There they are. Alright, we're gonna get a good song in here. Bob Ross froze in my mouth. Bob Ross froze in my mouth. Alright, that's fine. We're just gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for being here, you incredible Stardust Meatballs. Really appreciate you guys being here. You guys are incredible, incredible beings of star matter. Thank you guys for putting up with my art experiments, my awesome, awesome Stardust Meatballs out there. You guys are too incredible, too incredible. We focus on some weird stuff here in the Mossiverse, but what it's all about, it's about you guys, it's about the Twitch community. We need a disco creeper. Alright, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back into the art. Alright, muting for a second. Alright, guys. Alright, are you ready to go back into the computer? Ready to go back into the computer with me? Here we go. We're in. We are now in the computer. Welcome to the Mossiverse. If you guys are new here, I'm Monkey on Strike Moss. Today is Friday. We're doing Feedback Friday, talking about your work here in the Mossiverse. Especially highlighting you amazing broadcasters out there, because it's all about the broadcasters here on Twitch, and especially in my community. I usually can't broadcast for that long because of my tennis elbow, but I love highlighting all the awesome broadcasters here in chat. So please, please, give anyone on here a follow, anyone who shares work, because they're all incredible people. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys are new here, please read the rules. This is a completely different place on Twitch. We're trying to create a PG environment here, a very clean environment, where we can focus on the art and being our weird, ideal selves. Neeson, it depends on what you want to do. Type it in chat. What are you interested in making in Photoshop? You can do anything in Photoshop. Do anything. All right. Gonna get back into the art here. Okay, we have X Ashler X. An awesome broadcaster. Say hello in chat. We have, let me see if I got your name right. X Ashler X. Boom. There it is. Excellent broadcaster here on Twitch. Give him a follow. He did this this piece. I think it's a correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a character from Metal Gear Solid, if not the Solid Snake himself. Spin Jitsu. Your magical spin jitsu has taken you in here with your flying roundhouse kicks. Thank you so much for being here, you amazing meatball ministers. Together in the Mossverse, we can do anything with our amalgam of consciousness in the Mossverse. Something like overlays and art. Yeah, just one thing you could do with art is just do it. Just do it! There's X Ashler X. Click his name, give him a follow. Alright. So one thing I have here is, one thing I see immediately is your awesome attention to detail in the line work. You have really nice line work, especially around the eyes and in the hair. Really great texture. It is, okay, it's Big Boss, not Solid Snake. I was close. No, you are incredible, Haggard. Alright, so we have some awesome texture. You got some awesome texture in there with the mark making, not only with the line work, but also with the brushes that you're using. I'm pretty sure this is digital. This is all digital. Correct me if I'm wrong, X Ashler X. Whew, after that dance break, I need to take a little sip of water. Alright. Alright. So one thing you might want to consider is your light source. If you look at your eyes, we're going to use your eyes to define the light source. So the light is coming this way, like that, and it seems to be hitting with a pretty strong light on that that eye right there, as well as on the iris. But it doesn't. Oops, wrong one. Wrong keyboard. Uh-oh, what did I do? There we go. There we go. One thing you might want to consider is bringing all of those specular highlights, which is going to be that really harsh or really strong highlight on shiny surfaces. You're going to have a shiny surface on the nose. The nose. There's going to be a shiny surface right here on the nose. I usually like to pop out just the tip of the nose. You can even do the ridge a little bit if you want. You're going to have a shiny surface here on the forehead, so any marks you make on the forehead, you want to make sure you have that strong light. There it goes. And it doesn't have to be super contrasting with it, but you do want to consider it. So like in that area. Also on the cheek, you're going to have just a little bit right where that skin gets thinned out over the cheekbone here, so you're going to have a little highlight on there as well, and especially on the lips. The lips are going to be probably the shiniest part next to your eyes. So consider bringing in some highlights. Doesn't have to be on this piece, but think about it for your next one. Just a few highlights on the shiny parts of the skin. That's really going to make the form pop out, because right now what you have on this one, you have a drawing that's pretty much focused on the mid-tones. So you want to consider bringing out the highlights. Another thing you could also do is bring out the shadows. Here, I'll try to stay to your color scheme. You could bring out some of the shadows here. Let's try gel. There we go. So some of the areas where it's going to be in that deep shadow, you could consider bringing some darker areas in here. I really love the ruggedness of this. Who said that? Fouater really points out the ruggedness of this drawing. Really cool stuff with the texture. I think you could take it even a step further. It doesn't have to be on this one. It could be on your next piece. But take it a little further into the highlights and the shadows. And another thing with the cloth as well, you could also use just a tiny little highlight here on the clothing as well. But I really love the textures, the mark making you're using. Really great stuff. Ashler X, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And everybody, give him a follow. He's a great broadcaster here on Twitch. Really awesome stuff. Really, really awesome stuff. Bring a little shadow into those lips, too. All right. I have 17 tweets waiting for me, so I'm going to try to get to those. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. Starlight Spirit, absolutely. Did you tweet it to me? Did you tweet it? Did you tweet it? A lime green horse. I'm gonna do a really quick. I'm gonna show your work here, but I don't think I'm gonna do much of a crit on it. Unfortunately, I'm not a photographer, so I can't really talk about photography as easily. I love the focus on the character, that sense of light, as well as that tilt shift effect into the background. Really cool stuff. Like the framing. Really like the colors. You also have a nice sense of movement, capturing that tongue. Really cool. Alright, we're gonna get back to some other stuff here. If you have any questions about that cat painting, please feel free to ask. Kitty! Kitty, kitty. Oh, your heart with color. Your heart with color. Oh, yes! I told, I think it was 16 Armed Gamer. Is that who did the heart? Is that who did the heart? Shadow Gamering, how are you doing, you incredible Stardust Meatball, you? Oh man, we have some amazing work we gotta talk about here. So 16 Armed Gamer, if I'm gonna try to get to all of these others first. I really love the colors you put on there, but let me see if I can get to all these other crits before you. Essen Fur, please send me one piece to talk about. It's hard for me to click a portfolio and then know which one to talk about. So please send me one work. Ooh, yeah. Whose is this? Whose is this? All right, we have a skull we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about skull here. 16 armed. Okay, yeah, 16 armed. Sorry, there's so many of you Stardust Meatballs out there. I'm starting to meld all of you guys together, so I do apologize if I miss you or screw up your name at all. If I say your name wrong, too, please feel free to correct me. Where's the skull? There it is. Okay, so the first thing I want to always talk about is photographing your work and post-processing. Unfortunately, with this one, the post-processing is going to be really hard. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it here. Sort of, maybe, almost. We're losing a lot of information, unfortunately. Did I just crash? I think I just crashed. Nope, didn't crash. Alright, undo that, undo that. Undo. Okay, Alt, let's see if we can get this. Okay. So make sure you take a picture of your work face on with good lighting, because it's going to be hard. Yeah, this one's going to be kind of hard to fix. Yeah, my computer is dying. My computer is dying. Can you guys see it? Okay. So I won't be able to get it completely straight or completely flat, but that's fine. We can still look at the awesome shading and the awesome work here. Great work in the eyes. You have some awesome highlights as well as some great texture in here. Great shading. Wonderful textures. One thing with these teeth... I think one thing with these teeth, there is a line where the jaw, the upper part of the, I don't know what you would call this. What would you call this? The teeth area. Dino, have a good one, you amazing Stardust Meatball. Where that teeth meet, so this line right here, it might be a little too intense. It's actually reading as the line between your teeth. So one thing you might want to do is think about maybe getting rid of that line. Just all you have to do is just erase it. Boom, 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 boom. And it would help the teeth read as coming out of the jaw. There's a stripe in the middle of my face. What about now? The gum line, the insulars. Thank you, JT Penn. Upper jaw. You guys are all correct. Did I fix that? Did I fix it? Did I fix it? I think I did. I think I did. Let me know if it didn't fix it, Neeson. So wonderful texture in here. I love the variation in your mark making. You have those smaller marks where you're getting all those little details, but you also have that really nice diffused light, like in the top of the skull here. It's still there. Is it bad? Can you guys not see me at all? Because unfortunately, I'm gonna have to fix a bunch of stuff to get it going. Still there, but not really bothered. Okay, cool, guys. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's like right here. It's like a tiny line. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think I got rid of it. Incisors, not insulars. Perfect. It's your browser from the follower alert. Neeson, you got it before I even fixed it. You're totally right. All right. So great job on this. Wonderful textures. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to go on to the next one. Cardinelli. Cardinelli, are you here, Cardinelli? I already love your colors. Cardinelli. Boom. Oh, man. Whew. Whew. Excellent, excellent line work. Wonderful, subtle colors. The texture in the eyes. You have some really nice effects here with like that white bar, as well as it almost feels like there's smoke or something coming out of the eyes with all the effects you have going there. You are such a pro, Neeson. Shadow Gamering, we haven't in the past. We could try it. Tweet it to me. We'll see how long it is. We'll see how long it is. Love the line work. I love that all of your lines. There's Cardinelli. There's Cardinelli. Love all the line work. All of the line work seems to be informed by this kind of vertical stroke. That's really cool. It really gives a sense of movement. I love all the details you have in here. Like, you have some great details. Let me see here. How do I get in there? I can't get in there. Where? There it is. Nope, nope. Yeah, oh, that is. Nope. Nope. There we go. I love the areas where it's washed out. The light seems to be completely washed out, and you really get a sense of that light. Boosh Almighty is totally correct. There's a lot of emotion in this drawing. It almost feels like a self-portrait. I'm just going to guess and say it's a self-portrait, because you've put so much emotion in here. You've put so much passion into it. What if they are butts? You want to know what to do with it. One thing I always try to consider if I'm going to use a color, like, see, you came in here and used this color here, this kind of blue color. You want to find at least 3 other places on the canvas. This is Cardinelli x Ashler X. You want to find at least 3 other places on the painting to bring that same color in. And if it's going to be the background, you could bring it maybe on the other side here with just a tiny little hint of that blue. Of course, with your awesome marks, I can't do your same mark making. You could also consider bringing the blue onto the face. You started to do it right here. You started to do it right there underneath the chin. You could probably bring some more of this blue into like the cheeks and maybe some of the eyes. So whenever you do a piece, you'd probably want to take some of that color information and spread it out all over the piece. What that's going to do is that's going to inform the viewer of what the light source is and make it look more three-dimensional. It's going to give it more realism and more form to it. Also, one thing about your face, you have a pretty flat line here for the eyes. The line here for the eyebrows is a little at an angle, same with the nose here. And the mouth is again kind of flat. So you want to consider what is the plane of the face that you're trying to establish, and then use that to inform all of your marks. So if you were going to use that flat kind of look, you just move that nostril up a little bit. And maybe flatten out this eyebrow just a tiny bit. So make sure you pardon me, you adhere to the form of the face, that plane of the face, because some of these are a little, like the eyebrows were a little off. This one is pretty flat, and then the nose, it was also a little off. Great work, really enjoy it, Cardinelli. Please let me know if you have any questions about it. We're going to go on to the next one. When in doubt, smurf it. Let's see what happens when we smurf it. We're going to smurf it here. Smurf it, you guys. Boom, we smurfed it. See, I don't like that. I don't like it. I like the subtle touch of color. This right here puts a lot of weight onto the bottom of the canvas. It brings your eye away from the figure. It brings it into this empty space. If you don't have that, what your eye is doing is it's being brought into the face. So that's something to consider. You don't have to do it. You can do it if you want to. I really like the subtle touches where your eye pretty much focuses on that line right there and then goes into the face. So you don't have to fill that whole background with blue. Shadow Gamering, no links allowed. Feel free to tweet me, though. Feel free to tweet me. All right, have I missed any of you guys? Have I missed any of your work here? Absinthe, oh my gosh, Absinthe. Do you stream? Absinthe, Absinthe X, do you stream Absinthe? Cowabunga. Even if you were joking, it's something you can consider. It's something you can consider. Smurf it. So Absinthe, do you stream? Do you stream Absinthe? Because I hope you do. Oh, I see what that line was now. Absinthe does. Okay, everybody, we're gonna go in faith. Before we even show Absinthe's work, give him a follow. This was Cardinelli. By the way, Cardinelli, do you stream? Do you stream, Cardinelli? Do you stream creative content here on Twitch? Because if so, we need to give you a follow. Alright guys, you guys are going to be blown away by this. Whew. Oh man, it's awesome. Really graphic, really expressive, colorful. Let me try something with the tonal controls. Increase that just a little bit. Really make those reds pop out. We want to make those reds and the blues pop out. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Amelith, I love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone give her a follow before she goes. She streams pencil work, paintings. She does a really nice glazing and washing technique. Please give Amelith a follow. And Asia Amor, absolutely. Oui, oui, madame. It doesn't matter. You can post your cosplay work, Asia Amor. It can be any creative medium. I think I'm even gonna accept writing today. We've done photography, animation, a lot of really cool stuff. Let's get into this awesome work here. We need to talk about this awesome work here. Really love the dimension you're getting in the face here with those subtle lights. The subtle light on her skin with that diffused light. You have some really nice graphic, like this. Look at that circle there. That's where your eye gets drawn to. It gets drawn to the circle. It's a really great way to bring your eye into that face, that central focus. And it's also a good time to do a dance party. ATCF Sut, thank you so much for being here, you amazing Stardust Meatball. We're doing Feedback Friday, talking about all of you amazing artists. We're talking about Absinthe right now. He's right there. All you have to do is click his name, give him a follow. It's traditional acrylic. Love the clean lines you're getting with the acrylic, but you're also allowing that chaos into your work with like the drips, Really cool stuff with the drips. There's a really nice contrast. It seems like there's 3 different styles here, but they all fuse together into this really nice, almost illustrative effect. I really, really like it. Raven Queen, hello, how are you doing? And Atto, thank you so much for the follow. You incredible meatball made us stars together in the Monsterverse. We can do anything with our amalgam of conscience here on Twitch. Fly with me on the spaghetti strings of the Monsterverse into the positive, creative world that I'm trying to create. Absinthe, is this done? I think it's completely amazing and awesome and gorgeous, but I'm curious about areas like this, which seem like you haven't spent as much time on it. I think it's kind of a cool technique to have areas of the painting unfinished. It brings your eye right into those finished ones. Shadow Gamering, you are an amazing meatball. Made a stars together in the monster. We can do anything. Absinthe, I was curious if you're going to go back into like this character here. There's so much detail in this character. It's almost a shame to make it fall back into the background so much. I'm curious. Really great stuff, though. What do you guys think? Do you like 1 or 2? This is 1. Just asking you guys. Do you like 1 or 2? Which one do you think? Which one do you think looks better? Because one thing I always suggest to artists is do post-processing. Your camera's not going to capture the same way your eye is going to be capturing it. So always do post-processing to make sure you get the image you want archived online. Yeah, 2. So what we did with 2 is we took all of that information, we just made it a little brighter and increased the contrast. The things you can look at when you're doing that is look at like the areas with the highest contrast. So this was the area I was looking at when I was doing the post-processing. They're both the same, Raven Queen. The only thing I did is I increased the contrast just a little bit. So one thing that you can look for when you're doing post-processing, try to get the whites that you've painted or that you haven't painted, get those white. And then same thing with the colors. These reds here are looking a little washed out and pink. All it takes is a little increase in contrast to get those reds to really pop out. And same thing with that black blob right there. We just increase that contrast a little bit to make that black blob black. Really love the depth, really love the illustrative effects here. It's almost... I'm impressed. I'm just impressed and inspired by your work. Please give Absinthe a follow. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask. Oh my god, we got 6 more tweets. 6 more tweets. Is there a challenge? Challenge accepted. Sketchben, you're awesome. Here's a link to your book. Oh, it's a book. I'm going to take a look at your book off stream. We could probably do a little critique on it next Friday. Oops. Nope, that's my work. I'm not going to critique my work on stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys. We have Raven Queen coming up next here. Raven Queen. Raven Queen. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sharing, Absinthe. Incredible, incredible work. I'm so excited to see your stream live. I haven't seen him live before, but I have faith in his amazing talent, so please give him a follow. Going to the next one. We're going here to Raven. Raven Queen. There she is. There she is. Oh my gosh, you guys. You guys. Whew. Oh man. So don't take this the wrong way, but the first thing I reacted to was I was jealous. I was jealous of the line work, and that's something I always try to get you guys to get away from. So I'm going to turn that jealousy into inspiration and just be inspired by your amazing sense of light. Oh, that reflection. Look at that reflection. You guys... Totally incredible stuff. Totally incredible stuff. I'm gonna do something real fast here. Do something real fast. Upload an image, choose Raven. We're gonna just check something real fast. We're just gonna check something real fast. No other sizes of this image. I am so glad you guys have not submitted any plagiarized work, by the way. If you plagiarize work, submit work that is not yours and claim it as yours, you will be instantly banned from the Mossiverse. Just a warning to you guys out there. Raven Queen, incredible work. Incredible, incredible work in the details. The whole thing, the composition, totally phenomenal. I love that sense of light. You have all of these light rays in the background. One thing you might be able to do, let me try something here. Let me try something with my Photoshop skills, even though this isn't Photoshop. I'm just trying something out. This is just for funsies here. No, I like your drawing. I like it how it is. You don't have to do any post-processing on this one. Looks like you've already done all the post-processing, actually. Boosh Almighty, if you put a Kappa face on the Kappa, the Mona Lisa, you can, but it has to be your work. Oh man, I just don't know what to say in terms of a constructive critique. I'm just being a fanboy here. Really great stuff, Raven Queen. This is digital? Wait, this is digital work? Did you do what did you use here, Raven Queen? What did you use here? Guys, the reflection is probably my favorite part. Not only did she spend a bunch of time working on the details in these eyes, but she did it twice. She did it in both of the eyes, or both of the eyes, and then she went into the reflection. And Fwater, seriously, amazing stuff. Seriously. And Raven Queen, you should be so proud of this work. You should be really proud of this. Really great stuff here. Let me try something out. Let me try something real fast. Let me just try something real fast here. I'm thinking out loud with my brush strokes. I'm thinking out loud here. Totally phenomenal stuff. The emotion of those eyes, really great stuff. Everyone, do you, Raven Queen, do you stream your art? Because if you stream your art, we're gonna give you a follow train right here. Yes! Unico, you need to send me your work. Mr. Vester DK, how are you doing, you amazing meatball made of stardust? I hope you're doing well. He has requested something. We can honor his request. We can honor his request here in the Mossiverse. Is there a way to see my drawings in a bigger size? Yeah, check my website, monkeyonstrike.com. You can also go to my YouTube. Alright guys, alright, Raven Queen, this amazing artist right here, says that she's going to be streaming in a month. Everyone give her a follow train right now. Just click her name, give her a follow. Magma Monster, how you doing? Absinthe says, make the top part of the background a tiny bit darker and a tiny bit more blurred. Alright, so one technique, I do like what you're thinking about, Absinthe. Because what happens with my eye, let me get my Barbara throw out of there. What happens with my eye is when I look at this piece, come on. Get out of there. There we go. When I look at this piece, my eye goes right here to the reflection and then bounces up. So the composition here kind of brings you right into those eyes and brings you up into the two highlights that you've done up there on the top. And I don't know how you would really fix that. It might be with Absinthe's with Absinthe's suggestion, maybe make the background darker. I'm afraid if you make it too dark, though, it's going to blend in with the hair. So it's something to consider. Maybe not even on this piece, maybe on your next one. Mr. Vester DK, absolutely. You can go to Redbubble. My Redbubble link is down below. Take a look at my work on Redbubble. And by the way, guys, we're doing something very special today. Let me get a link. Let me get a link to it. Any donations from today are going right into creatorsOnTwitch.com. If you guys have not seen creatorsOnTwitch.com, let me show you. creatorsOnTwitch.com. Okay, guys. All donations that you guys put into the stream today and the rest of the month are going to be going into creatorsOnTwitch.com, a community I'm trying to build here on Twitch where we're bringing all of you awesome broadcasters together under one label, Creator. You don't have to be a painter, a sculptor. You don't have to do a specific medium. You don't even have to have a specific follower or viewer count. But there are some requirements. You have to be a high-quality stream and a few other things. Please take a look at creatorsOnTwitch.com. Any donations today, we're going to go right into that website, right into the community. We're doing some awesome things here together. We're going to keep going on this Feedback Friday. We've got some amazing artists here. Thank you so much, Raven Queen, for sharing your work here today. We've got Unico. Unico got some hype. Unico's like, hey, I'm doing it today. We're doing it today. Asia Amor. Asia Amor. Oh, yes, Asia Amor. I'm so happy you're doing this. Asia. Here we go. Thank you so much, Raven Queen. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask. We're going on to Asia Amor, another broadcaster here on Twitch. Ooh, it's nice and high resolution too. I really like when you guys submit high resolution stuff, even with the watermark. That's fine. But please submit high resolution work so we can get in here and look at all those awesome details like that. Quantum Priest, try resending it. Try resending it. All right, so this is Asia Amor. I pretty much have only seen her do cosplay stuff here on Twitch. Asia Amor, do you do this kind of work on Twitch as well? Either way, everyone should give her a follow. She's an awesome broadcaster. So, the first thing that hits me about this work is the texture. You have an awesome texture, not only in the character, you have a really nice, subtle texture here in the face as it goes into the shadows there. You have these wonderful textured marks over the coat, and especially that texture in the background. It's a very subtle kind of smoky texture that really makes that character pop out. If we look at it at like an incredibly tiny picture, you can still read exactly what it is. It's a character looking to the right. Digglebowski, you're absolutely right. The background is totally incredible. It really brings attention to the character. It's almost informed by like a Rembrandt kind of light where you have that, the highlight, pardon me, you have the highlight, the reflected light, really popping out that shadow of the character. Look in here. You guys see that white reflected light right there? Actually, I guess that's not reflected light. That'd be cast light. 1920s gangsta. Yeah, it totally comes through with the hat and the suit. Peaky Blinders. Got Peaky Blinders on. So yeah, guys, please follow Asian Amor. Please follow her. She's an awesome broadcaster here on Twitch. Let me see. Yes, I paint on Twitch. Yes! Till Dota Tourney. Oh, awesome, awesome. So guys, give her a follow. You're going to see her cosplay work the next 2 weeks, and then you're also going to see her awesome painting. Look at all the details that she has in here. Not only does she have amazing line work and brush work, she has really you paid attention to the highlights. You also have a lot of interesting colors in here. You have greens, you have browns, oranges. Wonderful, wonderful mix of colors in there. Fouater, you are absolutely right. Love the hat. Yeah, and it's funny, Bush Almighty, that depression, that sense of depression is really coming through in this piece. Really great stuff. One thing, let me try one thing here. Let me try one thing, just for fun. Just for funsies. I'm going to think out loud with my brush, like I tend to do. Let me try something here. Let me just try it. I'm trying something here. Nope, don't like it. Don't like it. I immediately don't like it. I was just trying something. Guys, we're just trying. We're just experimenting. That's the point. Alright guys, let's get some love for Asia Amor in the chat. Give her a follow. Incredible artist here on Twitch. So awesome to see your work. Thank you so much for sharing. So much for sharing. Oh guys. Guys, we have Unico here. If you guys don't know Unico, you're about to. You're about to. Sent a photo. Freddy, how do I click on your photo? I can't. Freddy, is there a way you can make it a public tweet? For some reason, I am having a really hard time opening it. I can't open it. Unico, por favor, can you submit it as a public tweet and tag me? Have I missed any of your work? I know one of you guys was saying that I missed one of your works. Please feel free to say in chat or retweet me. You can just retweet me and it'll pop up on the top of my feed. Oh, while we're waiting, we can talk about this one. 16 armed. 16 armed. I love that I gave you a constructive criticism and I told you to just grab it and just do it. And you did. You've already done it. You've already started working on it. Heart. Heart 2. Harat 2. There we go. Haha. Awesome. Oh, really lovely graphic style. I love the blends that you got in here, the colors here. Oh no, Asia Amor. No. Really great graphic style. We all love it. We all already love it. I can tell from the hype in chat. Oh yeah, Asia Amor. It has that really nice effect of splattered blood, especially here where the paint gets really thick. That subtle addition of the magenta is really nice. You also have some nice oranges here from where your paint thinned out. I really like what you did with it. Really like it. One thing, since you put all this effort into the line work, I see a lot of people do this. They'll use almost a completely different style on top of their line work. If you do that, I would recommend using the line work to inform your color choices and where you're going to put that color. So in areas like this area right here, you're going to have maybe a darker red where that line is. So use the line work that you've already spent a bunch of time on to inform where you're going to put the darker colors, where you're going to change the colors. Because you've spent so much time working on the line work, you should use that line work to bring in all the different colors. Great splatter look. I really dig it. Awesome stuff. What, Biaga? We're going to stream until we get through everyone's work. We have a few more to do. Unico said he was going to submit one. Anyone else out there? Here's Unico. Thank you for resubmitting that, by the way, Unico. Asia Amor put it perfectly. Accentuate the line work with a bit of contrast. Absolutely. And it doesn't even have to be a lot. Why are we listening to this song? La, 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 la. 1 star. Next song. There we go. So accentuate the line work with a bit of contrast. And what you could do, even though you're working with watercolor, you can go on top with like acrylic paint or a gouache, and then use that line work to bring in some of the highlights. Because you have the really nice splatter effect, but the way you want to tie that splatter into the heart is by using the line work you already have. So areas that are going to pick up that light. Doesn't have to be a lot. Doesn't have to be too much. El Sams, you are an incredible meatball made of stardust, and together in the Masterverse we can do anything with the collective consciousness here on Twitch. Welcome to the Masterverse. Great stuff. Great stuff. What, Bjerger? I'm sorry you missed the last hour. You can always go to the past broadcast, take a look at the amazing work we just highlighted today. You'll also hear shoutouts for all the amazing streamers, including Asian Amour, Foiter, who else we've got? We've got X, Abs something, X, I've forgotten your name because you just shared work today. X Absinthe X. We have so many amazing broadcasters out there. To actually Yep, yeah, 16 armed. A lot of people do that where they don't want to learn how to get that contrast, and they just kind of throw it on top. That's a really great way to start, but I would say use what you have now and kind of pull out some of the areas of highlight and stuff. Ooh, you guys, Unico. This is Unico, you guys here. I'm going to post his name in chat here. Everyone needs to follow him. Everyone needs to follow him here. Follow Unico. Boom. This is the artist we're talking about right now. Amazing, amazing work. Let's clone it. Let's clone it. I'm gonna try some post-processing. We're gonna try some post-processing here. Just a tiny bit, just a little bit here. I love the water droplets. They have an amazing dimensionality to them, like these guys down here. Really enjoying that. The texture you have down here blows my mind. Completely amazing. Totally amazing stuff. I love the contrast. I love the contrast between the bottom part and the upper part. One thing you might want to do, you have all of these really nice darks down here. They're almost 95% black. Yeah, 90 to... Oh, even these get to 100% black. So you have 90 to 100% black down here. And then your grays and your darks up here get to about 50%. 50% is your darkest. So watch what happens when I bring that dark up here. See how different it looks? So one thing you might want to consider, Unico, is try to have the same treatment for the entire piece. Even if you're going to have a background and a foreground, you want to make sure that the depth is going to be pretty much the same. And the way you can do that, let's try something here. Let's try something here. You could try using the same kind of contrast in the upper part as well as the lower part. Here, I'm gonna try something here. No. I'm thinking out loud with my brushstrokes. And as always, all of my opinions are opinions. You don't have to listen to me at all, ever. But absolutely amazing job here. Really, really cool stuff. Saturation, lightness, I think. Luminosity? No, not luminosity. Lighten. Nope, not lighten. Soft light. Nope, not soft light. We're trying something here. Oh, okay, that's kind of it. That's kind of what I wanted. Okay, that's just a really quick way. That's just a really quick way to do something here. And then I'm gonna catch up with chat. Let me try it. Okay, so look at the difference between the one on the left and the one on the right. I've taken that bottom part and decreased it from a 95% gray, like 100% black and 95% black to about a 80% gray. One thing that helps is it helps bring your eye right up into that flower. With this one, your eye starts in the flower and goes down and into the background. I feel with making it a little less saturated in the black, your eye starts down here and goes up into the rose. And it's not something you even have to do on this piece. It's something to consider for your next piece, maybe, because you've put a lot of love, a lot of passion in here. Hello, Fancy Schmancy TV. How are you doing, you amazing meatball made of Stardust? Please share your work with us, Fancy Schmancy TV. We're still going. We're gonna go for another 30 minutes here. I'm having too much fun. All right, so Asia Moore, push the contrast, a bit more depth. Absolutely. So one thing you could do, and it doesn't have to be for this one. I always say that if I give you criticism, or sorry, even constructive criticism, you can make sure that the next piece you do, you're informed by this piece. So even if we say increase the contrast here, you don't have to go in and rework it, but it's something to consider for next time. I think what Asia Amore is talking about, let's try it. We're gonna try it. Let's do a gel layer. Let's do a gel layer here. That's way too dark. Way too dark. All right, I'm just trying something. I'm trying something. I always think out loud with my brush work. And then I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. Oh, we can, oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I think it's the whites. Let me see. Yeah, it's your whites. Okay, so your background, even your background is like a 10% white. It's a 10% white, and in here, the lowest light value you're getting is about 10%, so you're matching the background. One thing to really make it pop off the canvas, you could go over the top. It doesn't have to be with pure white, but just in areas where it's really going to pick up that light. So like on all the water droplets. Oh no, don't crash. It almost crashed on me. It's crashing on me. What is going on? Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay. So you could bring some white in here where there's going to be like all the droplets. You might want to increase or think about increasing some of the contrast. And again, this doesn't have to be on this piece. It could be on your next one. So like all the water droplets are going to have that specular highlight, that really bright, vibrant highlight on it. And so are some of the edges of the rose there. And so what happens? Let me show you. Let me show you what happens here. Just by increasing. Hang on a sec. Open Unico again. Okay. So just by increasing the contrast, by adding a little white, which one? Here, we'll do it about that size. Which one can you see better? You can see the one on the right. You can really see the spiral forms on there. Is a picture of the drawing. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the times you're going to lose a lot of information when you scan too. So that's something to think about. That even if I'm saying like maybe the midtones or your focus is on the midtones, not the highlights, your drawing might actually reflect that. So something to consider. But when you really push those highlights, it really brings out that form, brings out the shadow, and increases the contrast. I've been talking out my butt forever, so please, guys, take a water break. Don't forget to breathe. I'm going to catch up with chat. Thank you so much, Unico, for sharing your amazing work here. I'm excited to see the halo drawing that you're doing. I think you're almost done. But thanks again. Everyone, give Unico some love. Thank you so much for sharing. And Asia Moore, you're totally right. Increasing the contrast. You want to consider midtones, highlights, and shadows to make those midtones really pop out. Great stuff. I absolutely love the detail in all of the water. Really good stuff. And I do apologize if you guys can hear the jackhammering outside. Does anybody have any work that they want to share with me? Anyone out there? All of you awesome broadcasters out there, please, please feel free to share your work with me. What we're going to do right now... You thought it was a photo. Yeah, Unico does some amazing work. Give him a follow. You watch him do it live, and it'll blow your mind. Totally blow your mind how he works. All right, guys. We're going to take a look at some kappas here. Any of you guys that want to share your work, you can't tweet me. Quantum Priest, do a public tweet. Don't message me. Public tweet at Monkey on Strike. Starlight Spirit, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, Starlight Spirit. You can retweet me. I really appreciate you guys tweeting me the work. I try to do private messages, but unfortunately, I cannot easily get all of those. I missed a bunch of work, apparently. You guys are all telling me I missed a bunch of work on Twitter. You guys have to make sure you at Monkey on Strike me. Chance Carter. Chance Carter. I have your work, Chance. Chance. We've got you. Tony Stark. Oh, yeah. We got some fan art here. Oh, I think I just found you. Control-Shift-T. DNEA artwork. Please submit one piece. If you submit your whole portfolio, I won't talk about it, because I do want you to submit something that's recent and something that shows your style. Shows your style. Chance. Let's talk about Chance. So everybody thank Unico. Give him a follow. He's an incredible broadcaster here on Twitch. We're going to be going for another, let's say 20 minutes, and then we're going to do a raid. We're going to do a raid. But I'm going to do a little stand-up break. We're going to open up. We're going to open up Chance. Chance. Here it is, Chance. And clone it. We're gonna clone this. Clone Chance. Clone. So I'm gonna do some post-processing stuff, and then I'm gonna stand up, take a break. Brightness, contrast. Boom, boom. Bring that out. Increase the contrast a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Quantum Priest, don't apologize. You are doing great stuff. Is this your work, Quantum Priest? I'm gonna stand up here. We're gonna stand up here. Let's see if you guys, if it worked. Muting. Muting. There we go. Yes, your Chance. Okay, cool. You guys are all incredible, incredible artists. It is such an inspiration to see what you guys are working on. If you guys have been sitting there, don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to stand up. Take some water into your meatball self. Pardon me. Oh, Magma Monster. It's just a cartoon character. We want to see your cartoon character. Love the texture in this. I like the attention to detail in the eyes. Your anatomy is really good. You have really good sense of anatomy. You have that sense of the face is all on the same plane. Raven Queen, that's all I want to do is inspire you guys, so I'm so happy to hear that. So happy. Alright, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Fwater, thank you so much. Muting. And there we are. We're back. Alright, so Chance. Let's talk about your work, Chance. One thing I always find with my shading is you always want to think about the forms that you're shading. You were doing that here with your eye, where you're really thinking about what direction is going to be shown on the eye. Oh man, that's really picking up on the mic. Oh well. With your hair, you took all these marks, these kind of diagonal marks here to shade the hair. One thing you want to do is you always want to be informed by the form. So the hair is actually going to have all of these different angled marks that all start from that place the widow's peak or other parts on the painting. You want to make sure all your marks follow those forms up here, and same with your highlights. If you come on the over the top, you want to make sure those highlights are informed by what the hair, where the hair is coming from, how it's falling over itself, and what kind of forms it's making. One thing about the nose I wanted to show you, you have great sense that it's straight on here for the eyes. The nose, you lose it a little bit here, and then same with the mouth, it's pretty good. So to fix that nose, the angle of the nose, all you have to do is just fix that nostril and maybe make a little shadow under here for that nostril right there. Like that. Like that. LP Music, thank you so much for being here. Please, guys, give LP Music a follow before he goes. He does music here on Twitch. He's an awesome dude. Please give him some love. Alright, so for the nose, make sure that your nose is along that same plane as your eyebrows, your eyes, and your mouth. Really easy fix. You just got to add a little shadow on the left there to get that form. Let's see what else. I love the texture you have going in the cheeks here. Really great texture in the cheeks. Pirate Drek, how are you doing, you amazing Stardust Meatball? You guys are too incredible. Thank you guys so much for being here, showing your support, not only for me, but for all of these awesome artists out there. Raven Queen, yeah, go for it. We still have 15 minutes. We still have 15 minutes to talk about your work. Chase, thank you so much for sharing your work. You are an incredible, incredible meatball made of Stardust. Can't wait to see what you do next. Let me find the next victim. The next meatball victim. Oh yeah, Goron. Goron. We got some Zelda fan art in here. Oh, the ears are really good. Really good job on the ears. One thing I just noticed, though. One thing I just noticed. You want to make sure they have the same shape. So this shape here, you have kind of a conch shell. And over here, it's kind of a flat, blocky thing. All you have to do to fix that, just kind of edit that curve just a little bit like that, and then you have awesome ears with some incredible detail, and you don't have to redo it completely. You're just taking that mark and just kind of etching in just a tiny bit right there to follow the other ear. But great job on all those details, Chase. You're doing some amazing stuff. We are doing Goron. Goron.jpg. Oh my gosh. This is great. Fwater, is this you? This is you, Fwater, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Pirate Drek, I'm so glad that you're able to watch us live here today. So this, I think this is Fwater's work. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love the line work. I love that texture. You have a great sense of texture with all of the line work here. On the shell, you have all this really nice line work. Very expressive. Let's get some Zelda music in the background. Zelda music. This is my favorite Zelda song. We've already played it twice, but whatever. Who cares? It's a great song. Very cute. Love the character. Awesome job on the line work. Really great textures. The color is really nice. One thing, you have all of these nice bright highlights on the shell. You might consider bringing some of those bright highlights onto the skin here. Let me try it. Let me try it and show you. It doesn't have to be everywhere. Let me just try it. Let me try it here. Let me try it. It might make it a little too cartoony because the treatment that you've done inside the character is informed by figure drawing. I can tell. I can really tell in an area like this with that hand where you have that really nice sculpted shape to it, that nice form, that roundness. You also have that really nice shadow under here. So you're playing with anatomy because you've been informed by a lot of figure drawing. Really great stuff. You're able to have fun with it. In areas where, like this little thing right here, you might want to take the time to get rid of some of these details, and you could do that in the digital work. You don't have to do it on the actual drawing. When you have areas that are going to pull your eye out of the detail, like here, you can just go over the top and edit them out, and your eye is going to be able to stay within the character a little more. So you always want to think about how your eye is going to move around. With this one, what happened with my eye is it was in the character, I was completely loving the character, and then I saw this sketched mark and my eye kind of fell off the page. Taking a little time to address those kinds of things is going to keep your eye within the character, keep it moving around. Really love that shadow, the green shadow you have. Pencil, not marker. Yeah, white Prisma marker. White Prisma marker would be good. I don't think you have to go all the way to white. In fact, I think if you did go all the way to white, it would look a little weird. It would look a little too illustrative. Right now you have a really nice subtle sense of light on there. So even just taking this orange color here that you were using, bringing it a little more into the white value. Because I would always recommend having some sort of color in your, not only your shadows, but also your light source. Even the sun is going to cast a yellow light on things, so you always want to think what color is the light source and what color shadows is it going to produce. A yellow light is going to have purple shadows. It'll be the complementary color. But great job on it, really, really like it. Won't come up as white. You could, if it's watercolor, you could try using a different paint on top, go mixed media. You could also do all of these edits digitally. I know you're a digital artist. I would actually recommend that too. Play with it digitally and then go back over onto the original if you're inspired to. You don't even have to. It's a great finished piece. A lot of the stuff I said is things you can think about for next time, like the arm here. Just that difference, cleaning up that one extra line out there gives it a sense of being a finished drawing. So something to think about for next time. Tattoo on the shoulder. Oh, you know, I didn't even see that 16 armed. Tattoos are really difficult. Tattoos are one of the hardest things to do because you have to be informed by the surface. Let's try to see if we can make this a little more rounded here. Yeah, that's a little better. So one thing you want to consider when you're doing something like a tattoo on top of your drawing, you want to make sure you're following the forms that it's going to be on top of. So let me see the difference. Let's see the difference here. So just by bending it a little bit over the, I think that's the deltoid, you can wrap that image around a little more and it won't flatten out that arm. It'll actually enhance the look of it. So when you draw that flat image on top of the surface, you want to make sure it doesn't flatten it out unless that's what you're going for. Let's try that. Yeah, so use the surface, wrap that surface around, See what happens. How are you doing? See what happens. It is the pipe cleaner guy. Everyone give him a follow. He's an awesome dude. Please share your work with me. We have 7 minutes left. Let's get on to the next one, you guys. We need to get on to the next one. If I miss you guys today, we do this every Friday. We do this every Friday, so if we miss you today, we're always going to do this on Fridays, noon Pacific. Let me see how many people I can get to. Oh my god, we have to get to this one. Oh my gosh. See what happens. How is your creeper going? How's your creeper going? Fish. I think this one's... I saved this one as fish. No, I saved it as vomit. What did I save it as? I thought I saved it as vomit. Fish. Fish vomit. Oh, I saved the web page. Okay, fish vomit. Let's open up fish vomit here. Oh, awesome, Starlight Spirit. Thank you so much. Guys, check out this website we have going here. creatorsontwitch.com. We're moving away from the Reddit because a lot of people didn't like the Reddit. So guys, check that out. And any donations today, any donations the rest of the month are going to go towards hosting costs, as well as paying Ricochet Hex. He's been putting a lot of design work in here, so I want to give money back to him. So any money you donate today is going back into the community. So this is fish vomit. Fish vomit. I love the impressionist marks, the illustrative marks. It almost feels like there's two distinct styles here, one with the background and the foreground. It ties really nicely together though. One thing about your light source though, you want to make sure you stay consistent with your light source. We have a few different light sources here, and that's always something you want to consider. We're gonna do this. Do that, and let's see. We're gonna do this. We're gonna hide that guy. All right. So one thing you want with those eyes, the highlights on the eyes are going to be informed by where the lights are. Right now it feels like the light's being cast from the left, so you want to make sure that your biggest light is going to be from the left there. You can have those other highlights as well, but they're not going to be as bright. And same thing with this. You're going to want to make sure that this light source also stays consistent. Staying consistent with the light source means that the forms are going to come out more to the viewer. They're going to be able to read a lot faster, and your image is going to read as a whole a lot better. He's so happy to purge his little stomach. I really like it. I really enjoy it. We want the eyes to be that, though. We want them to be really nice and goofy. So consider where your light source is. Stay consistent with it. I'm going to go on to the next. I think we have a few more here. If you have any questions, Magma Monster, please ask. Oh, man, this is great. Dino, welcome back. And Magma Monster, it's totally fine. If you want to go with the weird light sources, it's your creation. You can do whatever you want with it. Having a consistent light source is going to help the viewer read the whole painting as a whole, though. Great job, Magma Monster. I love the colors. I especially love the background. I don't know if you guys can see all the detail in here. It's almost like a pointillist post-impressionist style where you stitch the colors together and then your eye blends them together. Quantum Priest, how you doing, you incredible meatball made of stardust? Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Mossiverse. Proper artist, I would really love to. I'm gonna see how long I can go. We're not gonna say a time limit then. We're not gonna set a time limit. I'm just gonna try to get through all the submissions. I love you guys so much. By the way, you guys, I have a question for you guys. If I was a partner and I had a bunch of emotes, like a Stardust Meatball emote, an Afro emote, don't forget to breathe emote. Would you guys subscribe to me? And if you are a broadcaster, let me know if you support making a stream team. Please, let's get some spam in chat. Let me see if you guys are interested. If I became a partner, would you guys subscribe to me? Even if it was for 1 month, would you guys subscribe if I was a partner? And if you're a broadcaster, are you guys interested in being a part of... no, that is the question. Would you guys sub is basically the question. And also, if you're a broadcaster, would you want to join a creative stream team that I want to make? Rugamuffin, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Stream team for the win. Okay, so let me say in the chat, I would sub or I would join your stream team. Say, I would sub or join the stream team. Let me know, you guys, because we need some support to get the creative community fused together into one multiverse where we're going to be doing projects, we're going to be doing community events, charity events, fundraising. We're also going to be doing things to highlight all the other broadcasters on here. And guys, this is happening soon. So let me know if you guys would sub and if you want to join the creative stream team. Thank you guys so much for all this support. You guys are totally incredible. I am so thankful to be a part of this amazing community here on Twitch. And all I want to do is highlight all of you amazing artists. That's why I do things like Feedback Friday, where we give shout-outs to people like you, all of you creative types out there. Oh, proper artist. I didn't mean I'm close to getting a sub button. I meant we're close to making the stream team. This is just a way for me to see how the hype is. I'm actually going to apply for the partnership this month. I am 99% sure that I'm going to get rejected, but we'll see. All of your support is going to help me possibly do it. So who did this one? I actually don't know who did this one. Raven Queen. Of course Raven Queen did this one. Same style. Okay. Okay, so we're going to look at them. We'll look at them. Where's my mouse? I like seeing them all together. And thank you guys so much for participating in my experiments. You guys are all incredible beings made of stardust. Alright, so Raven Queen. Excellent, excellent. Sure. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in too much, Boosh Almighty, because it's a low resolution. If you guys do submit work on here, I highly recommend putting high resolution work up. You can put a watermark on there. Look at all these details that I'd love to zoom in on. Unfortunately, we can't see them too well. Excellent sense of texture. You have a great sense of light on this piece especially. On the other ones, the light source doesn't seem to be affecting the object as much, but especially on this one, the light source is really, really well done. Lost Dahlias, I've already asked Val Dudes, I've asked Death Sculpt, and I've asked Miss Cookies. Unfortunately, they're all really, really busy. So the best way to do this creative stream team is to get the momentum going ourselves. And invite them, of course, later on. I've also asked the Whittler and some music broadcasters. They are tattoos! Ooh, Raven Queen, I didn't know you were a tattoo artist. I can totally see now with the line work. Oh, I love this one. Is that a heart? I think it's a heart, and it's growing a bunch of roots into a tree. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see the hidden skull. Look at that skull, you guys. Look at that. Look at that skull. Great. Excellent eye, Boosh Almighty. Great sense of details in here. Lovely, lovely work. You really have a sense that that tree is growing. I really like the sense that it's growing. What Burger? I was asking, would you sub to me if I was a partner? And if you're a broadcaster, would you join me in a creative stream team? Feel free to say it in chat. Excellent, excellent work. Let's see if we have any others here I missed. Magma Monster. I got a blank tweet from you, Magma Monster. Oh yeah, you guys, fancy schmancy. Let's get some fancy schmancy hype here. Oh, Las Delias, I do apologize. I'm probably going to end this broadcast soon because the jackhammer is right outside of my room. We don't have a driveway. We're getting a driveway built, unfortunately. All right, guys. Yeah, so this is going to be the last one. This is going to be the last one for today. If I missed you guys, please feel free to submit your work for next Feedback Friday. We're going to end on an awesome note here. Fancy Schmancy TV is an awesome broadcaster. Mr. Creep, unfortunately you're casting the last feedback, but you get to see the kind of stuff I talk about, the kind of philosophies we talk about. Mr. Creep is also a broadcaster. Give him a follow. Awesome dude. Alright, so we have Fancy Schmancy TV. I think he's not here anymore. Fancy Schmancy TV is not here anymore, but we can still talk about his work. Fancy Schmancy TV. That's his work. Mags Rags, that's all I want to do. I'm trying to fuel the fire of all of you creative artists out there, so if you guys do want to support that, you can just say in chat, I would sub to you, or I would join the creative stream team. Alright, let's get into the work. Fancy Schmancy, lovely, lovely work here. Really enjoy the textures you've got on here. You've got really nice reflective textures, especially down here in the armor. You have some really nice shadows, very subtle shadows, but they're illustrative. They read really clean. I love this glow. Very nice sense of glow there. I also like that you use the glow in multiple places. You use the glow in the eyes as well as Tony Stark's heart. Very important to use one technique in multiple places in your painting. You don't want to just throw that technique on there. One thing I just noticed, let me try it. Let me try something. I'm going to think out loud here. I'm going to think out loud. We're going to do it fast. Gonna do it fast, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm doing. Let me try this. Let me try something. I think that hand is a little too big. I think it's still even a little too big. I mean, it is a gloved hand. It is a gloved hand, so it's gonna be bigger. It's got the Iron Man suit around it, so it's gonna be blockier, but I still think it's a little big. Let's see how that difference. Yeah, it's definitely a little big. And that's something you don't have to address in this piece. You could always go back in your next piece and be informed by that. I think it looks great how it is right now. It's just something you want to be aware of. You want to be aware of your anatomy. He needs more of a wrist. Oh yeah, he definitely needs more of a wrist. So I think what you're missing right there is that part. You're missing that part of the wrist. Yeah, it's definitely this part right there, but amazing, amazing work. The upper leg looks huge. Let me see. And what you have to remember for this is it's a human. It's going to be a human shape, but there's going to be a robot body on top of it. I think it's okay because you can see into the robot leg and the human part of it. The human part is probably, the human part is probably like this big, so that's probably correct. One thing you always have to remember with stylized comic work, you want to be informed by the real world and then take the stylization. Raven Queen, thank you so much for being here. You are awesome. I really, really dig it. One thing... I always try to do... Denver Max 420, how are you doing, you amazing Stardust Meatball? One thing you want to consider is... Let me see if I can do it in OBS. Let me see if I can do it in OBS. Behind the scenes. You want to make sure that if you're going to cut off a limb, like let's say you're cutting off the arm... you want to make sure that that arm is going to be cut off not at the joint. So it's not going to be cut off at the elbow. It's not going to be cut off at the wrist. The reason for that is it's not going to read as... I'm trying to pick my wording here. It's not going to read as completed. It's going to read as cropped and cut off. So when you do cut off something, make sure you cut it off in the middle of the arm, the middle of the forearm, the middle of the arm here, or at any place where there's not going to be that transition to the other part of the body. I think what happens here is it gets cut off right at the elbow, and your eye kind of says, well, like, where is that elbow? Where is that elbow? It can rotate around anywhere, but I don't see the elbow. So that's something to consider. Dude, you got a full art studio. I do. This is my art studio. All right, we're gonna get back into the main screen. We're going back into the computer. All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing your work. Fancy Schmancy TV, I know you're not here, but we love your work so much. Thank you guys, Mr. Creep, Denver Max 420, Fouater, all of these guys are broadcasters on here. Please give them a follow. They're all incredible people. I hope to see your work next Friday. You guys, we're getting to the end of the broadcast, and you know what that means. We're going to get some hype in the channel here. Get some hype. We're going to get some raid hype. So everybody copy that message. Spam it in the chat. I'm going to find a target. We're gonna find a target here. Find a target to raid. Oh man, live tattooing. Okay guys, we're gonna raid a smaller streamer. I like raiding the smaller streamers. Let's see if this guy's live. We're gonna see if this guy's live. He's just starting out. Oh, yes. Okay. Musician or artist? Musician or artist? Poll, open, musician or artist? I'm not going to take you guys to a tattooing stream. Unfortunately, that is pretty graphic content. I want to make sure we're going to the correct place. Okay, so vote space number. Vote space 2 or vote space 1. 1 is going to be the musician, 2 is going to be the artist, you guys. Musician or artist. Musician or artist. You guys are all incredible. Let me take this moment to thank you guys for your support. We're building a community here on Twitch, and it's all to highlight you amazing artists out there. Mr. Creep, Proper Artist, Hagrid Mona, all of you amazing artists that have shared work here. Thank you guys so much for being here. All of the new follows today, I really appreciate it. From my heart to yours, thank you guys so much. We're going to close the polls here in about 45 seconds. Here, let me get a clock. Yeah, 45 seconds. So you guys have 45 seconds to cast your vote. Vote, exclamation mark, vote, space, 1 for the musician, 2 for the artist. We're almost tied here, guys. We're almost tied here. Almost tied. Thank you so much, Develop. You are an amazing meatball made of stardust, and together in the Mossiverse, we can create anything with our amalgamative consciousness. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's close those polls. We're going to close those polls. You guys ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're closing those polls, you guys. Closing the polls. Artist has won by double. All right, guys, we're gonna raid this artist here. He just started out on Twitch. So if you guys don't have that message copy paste it. Here it is. .. /me and space. There we go. Copy after the ellipse /me. We are all meatballs made of stardust. Together we can create anything. Spam it in chat here, and then we're gonna go raid this guy. This raid is gonna be just one where you drop in there, say the message once, and then spam the follow button. Say it once and spam the follow button. If any of you guys spam it more than that, you guys are gonna get lasers in your face. Alright, you guys. Alright, you guys. Spam away. Spam away. Thank you guys so much. We're going in. We're going in, you guys. We're going in. Just spam the message of love. Give him a follow. Don't spam it more than once. We're only doing it once. And then you're going to spam that follow button. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are all incredible. We're going to do amazing things here on Twitch together. I am so excited to be a part of this community. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Have a great, wonderful day, you incredible beings. Goodbye.